So we're just going to be rank it. You can see everything fine, right? Like you can see my mouse.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I see a mouse.
Alright, perfect. Right, because what we're gonna do here, a little treat for you, right? Now that you finished Rebirth the other week, we're now gonna rank all of the chapters because I know you liked some of them, and I know you didn't like some of them. Temple of the Ancients comes to mind. Jesus, that was an endurance.
It was very fun, you know.
Yeah, but don't worry, we've also got the sewer level from Remake, both of them. So, you know, we've also got intermissions, that's Yuffie's chapters from Remake, if you remember that.
The 2 chapters she had.
2 chapters. Fort Condor, I get. Alright, so we've got to figure out how we're going to rank these, basically. Right, so we've got story. Right, we've got cool moments, I guess. We've got music and we've got gameplay, I guess. Which is why we're not going to do Crisis Core, because if we did Crisis Core, they'd all just be like subjectively in the like bottom 3 tiers, other than maybe like the Sephiroth chapter and the final chapter. But even then, in the final chapter, it's not that good gameplay wise, is it? It's just like you click a few. Well, I mean, I guess that's all of them, isn't it? Really?
I think it's you know.
You know, we can rank them separately maybe at another day. We'll just go chronologically then. So we'll start with and we'll change them. So. We can change them at the end as well. But basically, right, say like. Just for example, I really like chapter 1 and you absolutely hate it. What we'll do is, because it's just one tier list, we'll just put it in the middle, so it'd be like B or C.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
And that's gonna be how we do it, basically. So with chapter 1, that is the one where what you get off the train and you bomb the reactor and you get that scorpion guy.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
How are you ranking that one? The bombing mission, yeah.
I think that's at least an A, the first chapter. It's a very good introduction.
I definitely agree with you. It's very fast, isn't it? And then you get that little teaser Sephiroth with the feather when like that hands him the bomb. And then you get, that boss is so cool, like the scorpion guy. I definitely think that's definitely deserving of A at the very least. So yeah, there you go. No disagreements. I'm sure there'll be disagreements later because I know you don't
at some point.
You don't like the drum level in Hojo, like in the first game where you have to go into like Hojo's dungeon, and I really like that chapter. So, we won't be agreeing. We won't be agreeing the whole time, I'm sure. Chapter 2.
Unfortunately not.
So that's the
I do
one
not
where.
Remember
So that's the one where you escape basically from. Like the Shinra guards, basically, right, where you meet Aerith originally, and when you meet Sephiroth, that little Sephiroth jump scare thing.
Yeah.
That's basically it. You basically just fight through, which is probably why you don't remember it. You basically just fight through the train station to get to like the train. Remember that clip I showed you with the Angealties, where like he gets surrounded and then the guy's like, I know that sword, that's from this chapter.
That, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yes, yeah, I know that, I remember. I think that's like,
I think it's still an
C.
Right. Okay. Right, okay. I thought it was A because it's a nice continuation. Why do you think it's C? Just all
well, I mean, I just think that, you know, it's nothing special. It's not bad. You know, it's like.
Well, yeah, fair enough. We'll stick it in B for now. I mean, to be fair, I'm sure they're going to move around, especially when we get into Rebirth, when we're like, oh, this is just so much better, like from the other ones.
Oh yeah, no. It'll probably start working itself out.
Chapter 3. This is the really slow-paced chapter when you meet Tifa, I think, right, and Marlene. And then you do loads of the side quests and stuff, which you won't really remember because you didn't do a lot. I think you did loads of them in this one, but you didn't really do that many more, did you? Because you were more focused.
I think I did some here and then I just stopped. Yeah,
because to be fair, the side quests in Remake are like kind of bad, honestly. Finding cats?
Is this? So, hold on. Sorry, my memory's a bit foggy of Remake, obviously, because I haven't played it in a while. So, there's obviously the scene with all of the... I don't remember what they're called. You know, the black things, the black robe...
The Vogues.
Not the robe people from Rebirth.
The Whispers.
The one... The Whispers, yeah. Is that... You know the bit where, like, they're all there, near the tavern? Or
No, that's the
7
next
Heaven,
chapter. That's the next chapter.
All right, okay.
So
well,
yeah,
then,
that's the next
so
one.
what's like the end of chapter 3, just so I can.
You
see
just
how
go
it ends,
to
'cause I remember when
sleep.
it starts.
You just go to sleep.
Is that it?
It is. It's not one of my favorites.
Is that the whole chapter?
It is very much.
Yeah,
yeah, like I'm thinking D.
I'm thinking D, but I was just about to say that.
Of course, like the characters and everything is good. You know, the character building, it has to happen. But like compared to everything else in like the game,
Like, yeah, no.
like, you know, sometimes you gotta walk before you soar. And speaking of soaring, chapter 4, this is where we get introduced to Roche, right?
Oh,
and also you get the first out of 2 mini games, which is the biking game. Yeah. So and you get the.
If this
cool
also
showdown.
includes that section,
That
well,
whisper
I'd say
bed,
this has
yeah.
to be at least
Like
A.
yeah, like.
Yeah.
Probably not above the bombing mission in my opinion, because that's just really iconic.
I agree
but, like,
with that, yeah.
You know,
The
you
bombing
get,
mission was done very well.
You know, you get introduced to a cool character, which shockingly, it's quite a contention because a lot of people don't like him because he's added in Remake. He's a new character.
I wouldn't think that.
And obviously,
he's
the story of Final Fantasy VII is very beloved to its audience. So, you know,
I mean, yeah.
I personally really like him. I like the chapter. But right, so
Me too.
yeah, chapter 5, right. So this is the you remember when they're on the train, they jump off. Like you got.
I
This
think
the
so.
first
Yeah,
chapter,
and then they
this
fight
the first,
through the.
Yeah, this is the first chapter. You get Cloud, Tifa, and Barret together. It's the first time you fight everyone.
I don't know when this ends though. Do you ever remember when this ends?
Just before you get to the plate, basically. So the next one's the one with the lights. If you remember, where you've got to shut down the lights. So it ends before that. So it's basically you just travel through the tunnels and you fight all the like infestations and stuff. You get to see a bit of Heidegger here.
I'd say personally, in my opinion,
C.
This is a C.
Yeah, you know, it's the build up. It's the build up again, isn't it? Because it's building up to the Airbuster, I think. Which is like it's got a chapter dedicated to itself. You know, that's going to be ranking high.
It is definitely, yeah.
I definitely agree with it being in C. I mean, honestly, maybe top of D. We can look once everything's in place, I think. Chapter 6.
It's gonna be my unpopular opinion on chapter 6.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that is an F tier.
Really?
I hated that chapter.
Your least favourite, even compared to the time he got to go through the sewers again.
Yeah, probably. The sewers was more enjoyable than that. I'm not gonna lie.
That is
just my
very hot take. Personally, I don't love it or anything, but I definitely say it would belong in like top, like bottom of C probably. Like, it's not one I like. Yeah, that's. We'll stick it in D for the time being. But
just to me, it's very like. I mean, not to be rude, this is very boring. If I'm honest, it's just like, you know.
I mean, yeah.
I think I find I'm getting like lost and like going.
To be fair, yeah, it is.
Like,
it is quite complicated. Well, yeah, it all looks the same, so you just kind of get lost, don't you? You do get
not as bad as the temple.
We'll come to it. We'll come to it. I'm sure we'll have a lot to say about that one. Airbuster, do we even need to talk about this? S, right?
Yeah, we don't.
Immediately, like. Oh, but I mean, actually, to be fair though, it does have that slow build-up for the first beginning, and then the really irritating minigame where you've got to time the switches.
You're right. I didn't think about that.
It's not just the thing, right? I mean, it's kind of cool that you get to like change the boss's like design, because remember you can take out its like AI cores, its bomber, super attacks.
I mean, for me, I think at most
still
if
A,
it was push
still
it down,
A,
and then
right.
push it down to A, yeah,
right.
because
and,
like it was still hype. I was still
definitely
like,
still above. I mean, is it above the bombing mission? It might be, unironically. The music is so good, isn't it? Like, I don't know. It's definitely above
music is really good. Yeah, because it has like the massive holograms of all the people as well, which I just thought was really cool. And then you get
and then it also teases the Wu Tai War as well, doesn't it? That comes in with Rebirth,
it does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, but we can switch them around. Yeah. Alright, so we come back to a screeching halt again with the budding bodyguard, which is where you first meet Aerith. And this takes you quite far, I'm pretty sure. Up until you go to sleep at Aerith's house, basically. What you get? You get that amazing tease that I showed you after you played Rebirth of Aerith's.
Yeah, which I didn't even realise at the time.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think.
What's your opinion on this one?
I quite like it. It's not my favourite, but
honestly,
it's not one like C.
Like B.
It's B. Top, maybe not top of B. But it's
after fighting the massive robot, it was a very like relaxed, you know. You
get to meet
from Christ.
Yeah.
Or, like,
yeah, you know.
Know a bit more about them. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, maybe it does be Chapter 2, potentially.
I think it does. I mean, I think I enjoyed that more than I
Yeah.
did just fighting random enemies, to be fair.
I mean, to be fair, yeah. It's got lots of cool story moments. Yeah, you know, I think we both agree with that one. So,
yeah.
There you go,
Sounds
Chapter
pretty
9. This is gonna be good because this is where you first meet Don Corneo. This is the market, wall market area. Right, this way you get the arena as well, which I love the arenas in these games.
I haven't actually got a chance to really do the arena that much.
You unlock the extra limit breaks and stuff as well in the arena.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
yeah, I mean, when or if you play hard mode, definitely gonna be a crucial kind of area for you to explore.
I will definitely be playing that. Yeah.
And then again, you've got the different dresses as well based on like your side quest completion. As well, so that's pretty good. I don't think it's S tier or anything, but I'd definitely say top of B maybe.
The Don, so you know.
Top of B. Does that push it up to the bottom of A? Maybe.
I don't know. I think below Chapter 8, but like not. I think below Chapter 8, but above Chapter 2. In my opinion.
Wow. I mean, I can respect that. Yeah. All right, Chapter 10. Right, the better of the sewer levels in my opinion. But this is the first time you go through it with Tifa and Aerith after the Don cunningly tricks you and throws you into the sewers, and then you immediately have to fight the his dog thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you fight in Rebirth. I'm just going to remind you, you fight that thing in Rebirth.
You do.
Which is like the most fanfare I've ever oh, that was such a cool moment.
Yeah. It was. But
I'd say top of C,
like,
maybe.
B, yeah, probably, yeah. Around B. It's definitely not A, but it's
around
like...
B? You're considering putting this in B or A? What the hell?
I really enjoyed it.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, you know, especially the really high-res water as well in that sequence, you know? I guess it depends if you count that as a bonus or not. Me personally, I didn't even notice it until it was pointed out, but like, yeah, that is some high-res water. It was just
1%.
Obviously, we played. Yeah, I think that's 5.
Yeah, above 5.
Yeah. We play games a bit differently, so it's like.
Yeah.
What's like, you know, what's your this is really fun moments? You know, sometimes it's this is really boring moments.
I mean, yeah.
Vice versa, you know?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Alright, Chapter 11. I don't think either of us are going to be contrasted on this one. This is a bad chapter. This is the one with the train graveyard, if you remember.
Yeah, I know. I remember every second. It was horrible.
Every second. This is unironically my least favourite moment in any of the Final Fantasy VII Remake games. That's Crisis Core, Rebirth, or Remake. This is just such a slow-paced slog, and I hate those ghosts. I hate those ghosts that like just become invulnerable to like the physical or the magical attacks, because like if it's invulnerable to the physicals, the only character you can really use is
Aerith, yeah, and then she's also just really weak, so...
Yeah, it's...
But I mean...
It's one of those, isn't it? What do you think? Because in my opinion, this is F. Like...
I agree with you, if I'm honest, I agree. I did not enjoy that section. That was the very, like, I have to get through this now or else I'll stop playing the game. Like,
I mean, fair enough. Chapter 12, this is a really good one. This is the one where, the pillar collapses and you fight, Rude at the top of the,
Yes.
Yeah,
this is... Honestly, in my opinion, S.
You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you on that one.
The only problem with this chapter is that Kate Sif's there instead of Yuffie when like.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that is still kind of teased. With Reeve, because Reeve is Kate Sif, if you remember, and he's the only one who has the backbone to kind of be like, this is wrong. Which obviously it is. For now. Chapter 13. Jeez, this is the
F tier.
F tier. I mean, it's bad, but I don't consider it to be chapter 11 bad.
I don't know. I think at most I'd settle for a D. I really didn't like.
I mean, yeah, no, I wouldn't put it in C or A. Oh, what would I? Maybe bottom of C. So I guess we'll put it at the top of D.
Top of D, yeah. What's 14?
14, this is, you would not have experienced much of this because this is the massive side quest one, but remember the second trip to the sewers, where he's like, the key, they've taken the key, and then they didn't, and they just took his little amulet thing.
Yeah.
This is, like, bottom of D for me. I did not like this chapter much at all.
I will go, I'd say above chapter 3, but like below chapter 3.
I mean, this is definitely the chapter that gave Remake the stigma of there's a lot of filler in this game, which to be fair there is, but it's like that's unhelpful filler. Like what do we know now after, like, if this chapter was removed from the game, would we have lost anything? Like
no, I like this story, his overarching story. It made me dislike the Don because I didn't really care. I was like, oh, the Don's a funny guy, he likes prostitutes. But then, like, it was like, you know, he had his wife stolen from him by the Don in this chapter, if you remember, and that made me really not like the character.
The Don,
and then you fight him, I think.
Yeah.
Which was like cool. But like everything else
you don't fight the Don.
Just,
you don't fight the Don. He just kind of runs away.
Fight his,
you fight his pet again.
His thing again, I think. Yeah.
Which is like, yeah. I mean, I'm happy to put that. I mean, maybe below 3. Honestly, is what I'm thinking.
I guess.
Because
you're right. Yeah.
We look at it. What if chapter 3 was removed? Right, we'd miss quite a bit of story. There's a lot more that happens in chapter 3, in my opinion, than 14. I mean, not really 6, because what if 6 was removed? Like, again, nothing. Like
time skip to the top instead of like you have to go for it manually.
So like, yeah, I'd say that's a bit more kind of.
All the chapters are about to get ranked really high now.
Chapter 15.
Is this the end?
Almost. Chapter 15. This is the one with that. I quite like it. Well, I put this at B, honestly, in my opinion.
Where you're climbing up, right? I think.
Yes, it's where you're climbing up the broken building stuff. Yeah, with the flying enemies.
Yeah, and the flying enemies are gonna bring this down a lot.
Honestly, yeah, like bottom of B, maybe even below the sewers, because at least you can like fight those ones normally.
I mean, like.
But I mean, to be fair, the story is really impactful here. You know, seeing the ruins of Sector 7 is like really important. You know, and I just love that art as well, with them all looking out over the rubble.
That is, it's really good. Yeah.
Anyway, time for these chapters to be rated like top tiers, right? Chapter 16. So this is the infiltration of Shinra headquarters.
I remember this chapter.
Really?
S. Immediate S. I loved this. I loved being able to go inside the building, like, personally.
I mean, you know, I am going to have to disagree with you on that. It's definitely A tier for me. It's definitely A tier. But putting it in S, I mean, we can put it at the top of A. I think they'll shift around.
Oh, yeah.
Afterwards. But I mean, to be fair, you do get quite a few little moments, actually,
just like,
don't you?
Honestly, you get a bunch of cool moments. It was just really cool because it was like
Sephiroth's kind of teased as well. Yeah, you played Crystal first.
And it was just like you were back there again. But like these guys were.
I can see that. I can respect that. It's definitely not a bad chapter. It's just a lot. It's a lot of story, you know. Which, I mean, to be fair, isn't a bad thing at all. Because it's wrapping everything up. I can respect chapter 16 in this though, at least for now. Wait until all of Rebirth is just an S and an A, but
literally.
Anyway, chapter 17.
I do have a question
about
17 and 18.
Yeah.
So, In which one is there the scene where, spoilers by the way, Sephiroth kills the president and
Spoilers,
stabs
by
Barrett?
the way. That's in chapter 17. Chapter 18 is when they.
Oh.
No, Jesus Christ, your mic just like. Jesus
My
Christ.
apologies.
Anyway, yeah, chapter 18 is the bike onwards, basically. Where you on the bikes.
Alright, I got it.
Anyway, yeah, so chapter 17. Chapter 17, my opinion, is S as well. At least for now.
You know, just that like knife bit. I'll say let's put it in A, just because that scene with Sephiroth and Barrett and like the bit where you like fight Rufus, because I assume that's there as well.
Yeah.
Probably,
It's all there, yeah.
S actually, I didn't know if Rufus was in that, but no, I know he is. That's just
yeah, like it is just amazing. Like, and then like, it's just I love the bosses. I love the combat system of this game so much, and it's just like boss fight after boss fight after boss fight. It's just so good. Like, the ending of these games is definitely the highlights because it's just there's loads of story. It wraps everything up, and then it leaves you asking a few questions as well. Oh, and you get Sephiroth finally reveals himself. Remember inside the the drum.
Oh, he does
remember?
inside the thing.
Where
And he's
Genova's
like,
kept,
everyone
and then oh my god, yeah, no, and then actually I might put it above
was
16.
really good.
I might put it above 16 because of course he then takes Genova's head and you follow the blood, don't you? And everything.
Yeah, you know,
and then
I'll agree with that.
and then you get the Genova fight. Oh, do we push it? Do we push it above the
actually,
tower?
maybe, to be fair. Like, I don't know,
Like, that chat, there's just so many cool moments, isn't it? Like, I mean, it does drag quite a bit, I'll admit that, it does drag, because it does kind of look the same, but I think the highest of this chapter, like, beats most of Remake. This is Remake at its best. Chapter 16 and 17, you know. A bit of filler to, like, fill everything out, but, you know. The highs are just amazing. Chapter 18,
amazing.
like now,
this is gonna be a bit difficult for chapter 18.
Now this is going to be very divisive because a lot of people do not like this chapter with its ending.
What starts with this chapter?
This is the bike mini game, right? So you're zooming along the Midgar Expressway with the boss fight on the bike, and then Then you meet Sephiroth, and then you beat the Arbiters of Fate, and then you get the final fight with Sephiroth.
Oh, you do beat the Arbiters of Fate. I would say this is A, but it's not S in my opinion.
Definitely, yeah. I'm willing to agree with you. But not above the Airbuster, I don't think. Yeah, this chapter does drag on for quite a bit. Like the bike mini game's cool, but like it takes like 20 minutes, I think, with the boss fight and then the Arbiters of Fate. If the Arbiters of Fate weren't in this, I think it would probably be S.
Yes.
But I mean, you do kind of have to fight. I mean, do we put it above 1? It's got more story, definitely, but like 1's just so fast and it's so iconic.
I think it is difficult because like 1 was done really well, but like 18 wasn't done amazingly. Like in terms of like doing the bit where it wasn't done well and fast, but it was done like well. Like the Arbiter of Fate was really cool and like Sephiroth was really cool.
Oh, and to be fair, you do fight Bahamut, the reincarnation of Bahamut from the Whisper Bahamut.
Oh,
so
yeah,
actually,
you do, don't you?
to be fair,
Maybe,
maybe.
Yeah. But,
Alright, so that's Remake.
That's Remake.
Are we liking where everything's placed at the moment?
Honestly, I think so, yeah.
Honestly, looking at this, it just does kind of make me agree with you that doesn't really belong there.
Oh yeah.
With like War Market, like it just doesn't, does it? Like, let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, I know 4's really good, but I think it could possibly belong there. I'm not sure how you feel about that.
I don't disagree. It's definitely not on the level of
it's
reactor and Airbuster. It's just not there.
Yeah, it's still good. Alright, so intermission. We may have some very different opinions on intermission.
It depends. I'm gonna say my opinion.
Yeah.
Chapter 1, I'm gonna say S tier.
Wow.
S tier for me.
Okay. This is gonna be a fun few minutes. Right. Yuffie's DLC for me, it's very cool. It's very interesting. It offers a lot of insight, and the combat's really good. But my god, is it too long? with not enough happening.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it could just be because I played Remake and Intermission so much. Waiting for Rebirth to come to PC. Please, Square, if you're watching
I've only
this,
played
please.
Intermission once, in all fairness. So.
And to be fair, you haven't played hard mode either. Yeah.
We're waiting for Rebirth to finally launch on Epic Games. Let's go.
If that happens, I'm actually just gonna if that happens, I'm making the promise now that I will play through all of the 13 trilogy, on this, right? And you're gonna suffer with me. You're gonna watch me as well, right? We'll make it a whole
press the auto button 16,000
for all 3 games. Apparently they do get better, but yeah. In my opinion, this is definitely B tier. But putting that above all that is shocking. I mean, I'm glad you like it.
I'm just rating them. Obviously, it's because I'm rating them on the way I felt with them.
Yeah.
And I just felt this one was just I just loved it.
We'll stick it in the middle of A tier if you want, above or below Sephiroth.
Yeah, I'm above in my opinion.
Wow.
Because obviously, what happened? I can explain to you why. Right? It's because I stepped away from Remake for ages, and then you were like, Intermission exists. So I played it, and it was obviously because I think Rebirth was announced at that time, but I couldn't play it because it wasn't on the PS5. It was only on the PS5, sorry.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on PC. So I got to play Intermission instead, and it's just it's the characters. It was a cooler combat. The character, I really like you for the character.
Yeah.
And the music also. Her theme is just banging.
Iconic.
I just really liked it. Yeah.
You're definitely not wrong. I do think the combat in the Intermission, you need to play Intermission again after playing Rebirth, because you will see just how similar the combat systems are. It's shocking. It is shocking. But yeah,
I'm definitely planning on buying all the Final Fantasy on my computer at some point.
Well, that'll be fun to watch then. Right, so chapter 2 of Intermission. I'm not sure how you feel about this, but this one's higher than chapter 1 for me. Maybe not S, but it's definitely at the top of A. Yeah, it's so
crazy how we're the exact opposite on this.
Yeah, wow, in my opinion, chapter 1 was much slower pace. Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
think
wouldn't
the
put
only
this.
good part of 2 was just the ending, really.
The ending
And
is
then,
really good, and then the tease of Rebirth as well, with them walking to Calm as well. Oh, and then that Zack bit as well.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good to be fair.
Yeah,
it's definitely, in my opinion, right? 'Cause I'm ranking this on thing. I think it's definitely better than chapter 4, but I don't know if it's better than Sephiroth and the Mecha Reactor and all that. Is what
we'll stick it at the top of B then. How about that? If it's all...
I think that's good. If it will let you.
Yeah. There you go. Right. Okay. So that's remaking its entirety. Now, do we want to make any changes? Because honestly, looking at this again, I just remember chapter 18 has that Zack Fair is alive bit. Do we move it above Intermission? Chapter 1 from that. Without putting into perspective
in that whole scene. I don't really remember. All I remember is because was that all of them, isn't it? Is that
yeah. And then at the very ending bit, what they walk past each other. So I'm thinking not above Airbus.
I think
but
but that was really